guys, this is Brittany from Just Be Crafty. Today's video is part 3 of the Crochet Afghan Quilt Series, where I will be showing you how to make your Afghan border. In case you missed it, in part 1 I show you step by step how to make a C2C square, which covers increasing, decreasing, and color changes. And in part 2, I go over how to arrange and join your squares. At this point, you should have all 25 of your squares joined. The next step is making the border, and that's what we're covering today. For links to tutorials part 1 and 2, the written pattern, as well as a list of materials for the project, please see the description box below. Before we jump in, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. If you end up enjoying this video and find it helpful, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. I want to make sure I'm making content that's helpful for you. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. You should have your blanket laid out flat in front of you with the front side facing up. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to be showing you how to do a border around just 4 squares, but this will be the same if you're, this will be the same for you as you're doing your border around all of your squares. So to begin, you'll want to make a slip knot, pick any corner of your blanket and insert your hook. Once you insert your hook, you'll place your slip knot on the hook and you'll draw it through that corner stitch and yarn over to chain 1. In that same corner stitch, you will then do 3 single crochets. Once you complete those 3 single crochets, you'll start single crocheting around the border of your afghan. As you go, you'll notice that you will have horizontal facing and vertical facing cluster squares. So on horizontal cluster squares, you will want to make 2 double crochets on that horizontal bar. On vertical squares, cluster squares, you will want to make single crochets in each of the 3 double crochets. In my example, it started with a horizontal square followed by a vertical square. You might be starting at a different place, so yours might look a little different, but you'll be using the same concept. Next up, we have a horizontal cluster square. So we're making 2 single crochets on that horizontal bar. After that, we have a vertical cluster square where we'll make a single crochet in each of the 3 double crochets. You'll want to keep repeating that process until you reach the next corner of your afghan. By alternating between 3 single crochets and 2 single crochets, it will give you a nice flat, even edge border for your afghan, or a really nice base for the preceding rows of your afghan. Go ahead and pause the video now and meet me back up when you reach your next corner. Okay, so we're at the last couple stitches of this side of our afghan, and so we'll just make our last single crochet, and then now we're at the corner. So in that corner, we will put 3 single crochets in that same stitch. And as you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble drawing up through that corner stitch because it is a little bit tight, but just take your time and do your best. So after you get all 3 of those stitches into that corner stitch, you'll just keep repeating that same process of 2 single crochets along the horizontal bars and 1 single crochet in each of the 3 double crochets of the vertical bars. Okay, so right now would be a good time to hit pause, and you can keep on single crocheting around the border of your afghan. Just remember to put 3 single crochets in each of your corners. Go ahead and keep working around your afghan until you reach back around to the start of the round 1 of your border. Okay, so at this point I am making the last few single crochets of my round. And after making that last single crochet, I am going to join the round by using a slip stitch into that very first single crochet, not the beginning chain one, but that first single crochet. And to slip stitch, you insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, draw the loop through, and draw it through the working stitch. And now we've completed our very first round. To begin round 2, we'll chain 1, make 1 single crochet into that same stitch, and the next stitch is the center corner stitch. In the center corner stitch, we will make 3 single crochets, and just remember that for each corner. Each center corner stitch will get 3 single crochets. So I've made 3 single crochets into that center stitch, and now all the remaining stitches we will do 1 single crochet in each stitch. You're going to keep repeating that process until you reach back around to the beginning of the round, where you will join with the first stitch of the round with a slip stitch, and you will repeat this for a total of 5 rounds. So you've already completed 1 and you're on your second one, so after this you will only need to complete 3 more rounds. Once you've completed all 3 rounds, go ahead and head over to my blog where I share tips on how to weave in your ends. So once you're done with your border and weaving in your ends, then you're all done and you can go ahead and enjoy your blanket. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Bye guys!